decide to come back here. Maybe I guess he's from Houston originally, so maybe he likes the humidity more than the 115-degree temperatures here. But I think he said he'll be back in time for the net Thursday. And newcomers are especially encouraged to check in with any questions they have. And the way I see it right now, according to the weather report, it looks like there'll be no wind or no rain up on Mount Charleston. So I'll be going up there early Thursday morning. And I'll be staying either late Saturday afternoon or maybe early Sunday morning. And everyone is invited to stop by. This is a great location for testing out an antenna or a new rig, or just to relax and enjoy the cooler temperatures. I'm going to be on Champion Road, which is a road that sort of goes parallel to Lee Canyon Road. It starts, if you're familiar with the area, right around the Sawmill Trailhead. That's on your right, and Champion Road goes to your left. And I was up there this past Thursday. If you go about a mile from Lee Canyon Road on Champion Road, I'll be at this elevated area on Champion Road. I'm going to have my 2-meter rig tuned up to the Simplex frequency 146.52. So if anybody can't find me, just give me a call there on 52. And should be a lot of fun. It's just a beautiful location, and of course, 25 degrees cooler. It's certainly a nice thing too, of course. So back to you, Paul. Thanks for doing the net tonight. K7RKO. This is K7EAU.
K7EAU, K7RKO. Steve, your Champion Road location is the easiest access coming in off of Lee Canyon Road by the Sawmill Road, or is it easier to drop down Champion Road from Deer Canyon? What's the best way to get in there and hook up with you?
Okay, well, I guess if you've never been up there, it might be easier to go past, actually, from 95, it's about 15 miles up on Lee Canyon Road till you get to the Blue Tree Group Camp on your right, and then there's the Sawmill Trailhead on your right. And maybe about 50 feet past that entrance to the Sawmill Trailhead is the Champion Road, that end of Champion Road. And that would be the closest because, like I said, when you go off from Lee Canyon onto Champion Road, it's about a mile before you get to the area where I'll be setting up. Now, on the other hand, if you're not familiar at all with the area, maybe the best thing is to go past the Sawmill Trailhead, past the Max Canyon area where we have Hampton Hill Field Day, and a short distance up from there, about a mile or so, there's Deer Creek Road, which is the road that connects Lee Canyon Road and Kyle Canyon Road. And just as you make that left turn onto Deer Creek Road, you'll notice on the left-hand side there's sort of a parking area, and that's where the other end of Champion Road is. And that might be easier to find for some people who are not familiar. However, then you have a ways to go on Champion Road before you get to the location, which will be, in this case, on your left, sort of an elevated area. That's what makes it sort of nice, because it's up higher, not too many trees up there, and you get just a beautiful view to the northeast there. So I guess it all depends, Paul, on if you've been up there a number of times, the easiest way would be to make a left just at the walk on the Sawmill Trailhead. But if you're not familiar, go all the way up to Deer Creek and then come down on Champion Road. Thank you, Paul. Go ahead.
Alrighty, thanks, Steve. Well, we look forward to seeing you. What a great spot. K7EAU, K7RKO. This is the Thunderbird net. If you're hanging out there and listening, like to join us this evening, would love to welcome you. So anybody would like to join us this evening, come on in with your call sign right now. Nothing heard, so let's hear from Ron, KJ7PAQ. Ron, how are you doing this evening?
This is KJ7PAQ. Well, good evening, Paul, and good evening to everyone out there. Doing well, sitting here in my cat. garage with the heat pump running, keeping it nice and comfortable here. That was a great investment I think I made a few months ago to get the garage warmed up. Close about maybe close to 80 or 90 USOs on FT8 hunting photo. It's kind of fun switching around looking for photo stations on a different band. And sometimes you know what unit they're getting from, go to the internet and go to the website and it lists all the stations and what frequency they're on and all that kind of stuff. So that makes it easier to do as well. Let's see, what else on Bill fighting with my iCom 706 and trying to get that thing set up so I can operate FT8 out the field. And I'm making progress, and I did discover that I need a special cable, the cable that connects the radio to the computer so that the computer can control the radio. Well, FT8 you go straight with the radio. Everything is done by the computer, and so I've ordered that cable and waiting for that to show up so I can progress on my project of getting ready to go out in the field and operate MODA on FT8. And let's see, what else? Well, I got my book also, my propagation book from the AWL showed up a couple days ago, and started reading that, and I was amazed at the level of detail that this book goes into. This is not, it's not hard reading. It's not a bunch of equations and algebra to do, but it does go into really nice detail about all the different aspects of propagation. So, well, I've only gone through about the first chapter so far, but it's very interesting reading, and I'm looking forward to continuing on reading that book. So that's about it for me, Paul. This is KJ7, PAQ, back to net control.
KJ7 PAQ, K7 RKO. Ron, good luck getting the 706 Mark II-G squared away. Whenever you're standing at the crossroads of computers and radios, it's always a little bit of a tricky neighborhood. So best of luck getting that squared away so you can get out and do a little POTA activating on FT8. David, K7 FAN, how are you doing this evening? K7 FAN, K7 RKO. K7 EAU, Steve, you're going to be monitoring the simplex, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. When I was up at field day, I tried if I could hit the repeater. I'm going to try again because I think where I was on field day wasn't quite as good a location, but I'm still sort of skeptical whether I could hit either the 4485 or the 94 repeater. So I think the best thing is just monitor the simplex frequency 146.52. Thank you, Paul.
Alrighty, thanks, Steve. K7EAU, K7RKO. You squared away on that, David? Over. Alrighty, K7FAN, this is K7RKO. Kirk, N07BS, how are you doing this evening? N07BS, Kirk, you still with us? Over. I must have stepped away. We'll check back with Kirk in a moment. But let's hear from Chris, KC0NMZ. Chris, how's it going tonight?
Good evening, Paul and Annette from KC0NMZ. Doing well. I too tuned around the band a little bit this afternoon, but didn't find much activity. Attempted 2 meter sideband into Utah tonight, but the conditions just weren't in my favor today. That's been the extent of my radio operating for last week. Back to you, Paul. KC0NMZ.
KC0NMZ, K7RKO. I got out for a POTA activation on Friday, up not too far from where Steve likes to hang out on Champion Road up in the Spring Mountains. I was at my old spot, the Desert View Overlook, which is just off of Deer Creek Road. When I left the house here, it was 88 degrees. It was just before sunrise, and got up to Desert View Overlook, and it was a pleasant 60 degrees and not a lick of wind. It was dead calm, absolutely gorgeous morning up there, and had a fun activation, bunch of contacts, and including little DX action. Had 2 QSOs with 2 different stations in Indonesia, and QSO with Japan, and also one with Scotland. So it was a fun day, and just a gorgeous morning up in the Spring Mountains this past Friday. First time I've been out for POTA activation in quite a while, so it was good to get out there. This is K7RKO on the Thunderbird net this evening. Kirk, N07BS, you back with us? Over. Well, nothing heard, so we'll check in again for any late check-ins or anybody else that would like to join us this evening. We're standing by for you. Come on in. Nothing heard. Anybody else have anything to share? We'd love to hear from you, so let us know what's going on, or your questions, or comments, or whatever. Open floor. Over.
NH6VT here.
NH6VT. Go ahead, Mark.
I hate to say this because I can't be sure, but it looks like I'm going to have a problem attending the meeting with the club. My driving and eyes are not good in the dark, and so I need to make a decision on that shortly and get my eyes checked again. That's all I wanted to let everybody know. That's just the problem I have right now. So back to you, it's NH6VT.
NH6VT, K7RKO. Well, Mark, we're sorry to hear about that, but hopefully things can take a turn for the better, and obviously you're making a decision on the side of safety and health, which is always the right thing to do. So we can empathize with you. Anybody else have anything for the Thunderbird net this evening? Let's hear from you. Over. Yeah, Ron, stand by for just a sec. Paul, what do you got? What do you got for us? Over.
I just have a question for somebody that's an antenna guru.
I've got one of my poles up on the 60X. One side of the dipole work. Will one side of the dipole work without the other one by chance anyway? Just for kicks.
Alrighty, we'll toss that open to the group on one side of the dipole. Anybody want to weigh in on that? Come on in.
This is CJ7 PAQ. I don't think that would work too well. That's just my guess. Back to next control.
Alrighty, thank you, Ron. Paul, you got Ron's comment there? Over.
Yeah, I've got it. I figured that. You gotta have both of them up to have equal output on each side. So, I just thought I'd ask. Thank you, KJ7JKJ.
KJ7JKJ, K7RKO. Alrighty, Paul. Well, hopefully that project turns out to be a winner for you. We look forward to hearing how things progress. KJ7PAQ. Ron, what do you got to share with us? Over.
This is KJ7PAQ. Actually, this is a question for you, Paul. I'm kind of having a little bit of a problem figuring out on FODA where the boundaries of the FODA parks are. I was looking at the FODA park list there, and I noticed that one of the parks is called the Mount Charleston Wilderness Area. And I looked at that, and I'm wondering, well, for instance, where Steve is going to go on Champion Road, do you have any idea? Would that be part of a park area that you could use to activate? And also, when you go to your desert outlook, what park would that be called? Go ahead, Paul.
KJ7PAQ, K7RKO. Ron, you bring up one of the complexities of operating parks on the air. One question at a time. I had a QSO the other day with a guy in Canada who was in 4 parks at once. One park boundary overlapped another, plus there was some type of historic road traveling through. The park boundaries that you see on the POTUS site are they're okay as far as they go, but they don't give you a very specific and detailed delineation of the boundaries. So you need to go to a topo map for that, or a mapping application. And it's strange you bring this up, because I was doing that this afternoon, because I was taking a look at the boundaries of that Mount Charleston BLM wilderness area, which is a distinct and different entity from the Humboldt-Toyabe National Forest and also the Spring Mountain Recreation Area. So to answer your question, you need to have a good map and take a look at that map to figure out exactly where the boundaries are and where they overlap. Now, where Steve is on Champion Road, my hunch is that he is in the Humboldt-Toyabe National Forest, without a doubt. And depending on how the boundaries are drawn, he may or may not be in the Spring Mountain National Recreation Area. He is probably not in the wilderness area for Mount Charleston. I think that the wilderness area is pretty much on the other side of Deer Creek Road. But at the end of the day, the best map wins, and that's a good thing to check out. Usually, the National Park Service or the Bureau of Management, or whoever the managing entity for that park is, will have some kind of a map on its website. Long answer to a short question, and a very good question. KJ7PAQ, this is K7RKO.
Okay, roger that, Bubble. Thanks for all that info. So, it's not just me that's having a little trouble figuring out what park you would be in at its various locations. So, yeah, I'm going to look and see if I can find some better maps and see if I can figure that out. Thanks again for the info, and I think Mark has a comment. Okay, so back to that control. This is KJ7PAQ.
Alrighty, thanks. Mark and H6BT, something you wanted to share with us? Over.
Yes, this is H6BT. if you've looked some of the trails on the north side or the west side of Cedar Creek Road, it's the North Loop Trail. They used to have a sign up there that would tell you that when you're going into wilderness area. If you go over on the Mount Charleston side, Fletcher Trail, and you walk up there a little bit, you'll find a wilderness sign up there as well. And the same way with Trail Canyon, they have a sign out there as well. All of them, there's a lot of signs on most of the trails that designate that designate it wilderness area. But if you really want to get the scoop on it, and you don't know for sure, the BLM is on Torrey Pines and between Lone Mountain and Rancho, and the National Park or National Forest Service is co-located with them, so you can get some pretty good information from them. The only other place you can get it is buy some maps at REI, and they have them, and you can find the designated areas and what they are. But it's sort of very fluid about it. So back to you, this NH6VT.
NH6VT, K7RKO. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, great suggestions. Always a good idea to go talk to those guys and see what light they could shed on things. Ron, one other idea for you, and it's not the best of ideas. There are apps that you can run on your smartphone that will display two things. Number one, your location, pinpointed with GPS. Number two, the boundaries of parks. Great idea, but the fly in the ointment is you don't always have cell service when you're out in some of those remote areas. I've tried to use those, I think it was Rainbow Mountain. I wanted to make sure that I was within the confines of the park, and it was a little bit dicey figuring that out. So little bit of homework usually takes care of that. So thank you, X-ray Mike Delta, KJ7PAQ. Anything else on this great mapping topic you want to dive into, or anything else for that matter? Over.
No, Paul, that gives me a lot of information to go on, and I'm going to do some more homework and see what I can find out about that. I do appreciate all that input from you and also from Mark, and we have Matt, K7XMD, calling in, so I'm going to turn it back to Net Control.
Alrighty, thanks, Ron. KJ7PAQ, K7RKO. Lynn, I heard you in there. Just hold on just a second. Want to make sure we get Matt locked in, K7XMD. How you doing tonight, Matt?
Doing real good, Paul. Evening to everyone on the net. I just got back from eating dinner, so I'm fat, dumb, and happy. But I was sitting there listening to this thing with Ron and the mapping software. Excuse me. Yeah, download the app to your phone. Currently I use GIA, that's spelled G-A-I-A, and then I also use Garmin EarthMate, which that's tied to my InReach personal locator device. And with those mapping softwares or your apps, when you're out depend on your phone, and about any new phone will do it, when you're out away from cell phone service, you can still run these mapping apps on your phone because the GPS in your phone is picking up your location via satellite, and it's irregardless of what kind of a cell phone signal you're picking up. So as in the time when I went out and activated Muddy Mountains Wilderness, I went in from Moapa Tribal Enterprises there and back over Buffington Pockets, and I was back in there in an area called White Basin. But I was watching my app on my phone, and as soon as I crossed the line, I was watching real-time mapping of driving in my Jeep, and when I crossed the line into the wilderness area, I went about 50 more feet just to make sure I was in there for whatever that was worth, and I stopped and set up my radio. But a lot of these, I had another one too, but I don't remember the name of it, and it was pretty good, showing you all these wilderness boundaries, and it was an active mapping application to where it's working off the GPS in your phone, off of satellite signal for that, and so it's real time showing you location. But, so it is, it takes a little getting used to stuff like that, but with the apps that are out there, the topographic type ones, you can pinpoint where you are real time as you're driving. So hopefully that answers your question there, Ron.
K7XMD, K7RKO. Ron, you squared away on that? Over?
Yeah, Roger, that, Matt, could you give me that app, the name of that app one more time? Did you say it was GIA? Go ahead, Matt.
It's called GIA. It's Gulf Alpha India Alpha. And you can download it free into your phone and just get your basic location, and then it shows you wilderness areas. But to get the really good topographic version, you got to subscribe to that. I get EarthMate because I subscribe to Garmin EarthMate because of my personal locator device that I carry along when we go out jeeping or on my bike. So that one is a real good map, but I actively subscribe to that because my personal locator beacon that I carry. So there's another one out there. I'll see if I can figure out the other one I had that worked pretty good, but with the two I got, I didn't need a third one. I'll see if I can't dig it up, and it was another freebie one. So back to you, Ron.
Okay, Roger that, Matt. Well, thank you so much for that info. I'd like to look into that and see if I can get that working on my phone, because that sounds like a great way to go. Thank you again for all that info. I do appreciate it. This is KJ7, PAQ, that's Connect Control.
KJ7PAQ, K7RKO. Thanks, Ron. Matt, any other capers or adventures you want to share with us this evening? Over?
Roger, I'll share one more, and it's not exactly ham radio related, but the wife and I, we've been here in the Vegas Valley now for almost 30 years, and some friends that we met right off the bat showed us or took us to a Mexican restaurant called Macayo's, and they had 3 of them in the valley at the time. This is back in 93, 94 time frame. And the last one of the 3 shut down about 10 years ago. And I was talking to someone out at the model airplane field here a few months back and got to talking about that. And he's like, well, you go down to Eddie's Mexican restaurant down there at Flamingo in the 215, and that's the family that used to run Macayo's here in the valley. So we actually just got back from that, and if anyone's interested in some good Mexican food, go try Eddie's down there at Flamingo and 215. It's really good, and we were looking at the menu, and so many of the names were familiar stuff that we were used to seeing 20 years ago. But it's real good food, and we recommend it. And I'm quite stuffed right now. When I get down here, I might have to go lay on the couch for a while and let this settle. But other than that, I was up there at the mountain with Steve the other day, and I don't know if he's on the air tonight, but waiting to find out if he's still going to try and do 1 or 2 nights up there at Champion Road. So back to you, Paul. K7RKO. This is Kilo 7 X-Ray Mike Delta. Over.
K7XMD, K7RKO. When KA7SCH, haven't forgotten about you. If you could hold on for just a moment, would appreciate it. Steve, K7EAU, you want to update your Champion Road plans for Matt? Over.
Yeah, this is K7EAU. Yeah, I plan on going up early Thursday morning, and this time, I'm going to stay for a few nights, so I got to bring my tent and a number of other things, so it's going to be a busy day Thursday getting everything set up, but I'll be up there early Thursday morning and hope to see people probably Friday, Saturday, and I'm not sure if I'll be going home Saturday late afternoon or staying overnight until Sunday morning. But unless the weather report changes quite dramatically, it looks like low wind and no rain, so and certainly cooler temperatures, of course, is what we're having here in town.
I'm looking forward to that, starting to get everything ready. Back to you, Paul. This is K7EAU.
K7EAU, K7RKO. Alrighty, thanks, Steve, and sure a bunch of us will look forward to visiting with you up on Champion Road. K7XMD. Matt, you squared away on that? Over?
Roger that, Paul. Thanks a lot. And K7RKO is K7XMD. Back to you.
Boy, Matt sure made a great suggestion on Eddie's. Eddie's is a favorite of me and my bride. We've been there a bunch of times, and tough to beat for terrific Mexican food. And yeah, they carry on that old Macayos tradition, which I think a bunch of us definitely miss. So great tip, Matt. Lynn, KA7SCH, come on in. Thank you for standing by. Over. Alrighty, thank you, Lynn. Cal Topo, the other suggestion for mapping app on the smartphone. Thank you very much, Lynn. KA7SCH, this K7RKO. Any other late check-ins for the Thunderbird net this evening? If anybody's out there want to join us, come on in. Nothing heard. Well, before we wrap it up, we got plenty of time, so if anybody wants to contribute anything, we're ready to listen to you. Over. K7FAN, K7RKO. Go ahead, David. K7FAN, K7RKO. Thanks, David. Yeah, the USGS maps sounds like they would be a terrific resource, particularly given the fact that some of these parks are jointly managed by both BLM and the Forest Service, so bureaucracies kind of overlap and get in the way, so it sounds like it would be a very helpful resource. Anybody else have anything for the Thunderbird net this evening? Come on in.
KC0NMZ.
KC0NMZ. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, Paul, thanks. Just wanted to remind anyone that may be interested in testing 6 meters. There's a 6-meter net on Monday evening, 8 p.m. local time on 52.525 FM. We had a pretty good turnout last week. Quite a few people from this net have come over and been trying out their 6-meter antenna. So back to you, Paul. KC0NMZ.
KC0NMZ, K7RKO. Already, Chris, 52.525 at 8 o'clock for the 6-meter net. Anybody else for the Thunderbird net this evening? Come on in. Well, we'll probably wrap it up and hang out in our air conditioning a little bit more, huh? That's it for this evening's Thunderbird net. We're affiliated with the Las Vegas Radio Amateur Club, and sure appreciate your taking part this evening. If there's anybody you think might like to join us for a future Thunderbird net, let them know. We're here every Sunday evening at 7 o'clock on 28-420. So the Thunderbird net is now closed. Our timeout is 7:43, and the frequencies return to normal use.
73 Paul, KC7 EAQ clear.
73 Ron, K7RKO clear.
N07BS, KJ7JKJ, Kurt, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here without an amplifier.
Hey, you're sounding